This is Gretchen Menn with JamPlay.com. Welcome back. Now we're going to be looking into some fast, more intense sweep picking, more traditional sweep picking leads as part of one of my songs, which is called Tombs. So this actually may look vaguely familiar because the first part of it really resembles something that we've already learned, which is the line in Shadows. And it actually was engineered to be that way. The album is a concept album, and so there are kind of these little leitmotifs that go throughout it. You know, a snippet of one line will become the main theme of another song. Let's go over it at different tempos, but first I'm going to show it to you very slowly. Okay, so let's go over this line very slowly. Like I said, it's going to resemble the line that you learned, at least as part of the ascending part of Shadows. Only here we're going to be starting in F sharp minor, so you're going to be using your pinky on the 9th fret of the A string. So we've got, in order, F sharp, A, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, and then we're going to be sliding up to D and back to C sharp. So that's your first shape. So something that's happening here is you're getting a lot of mileage out of each set of arpeggios, and it's because the harmony changes underneath the arpeggios, meaning that even though you're playing the same notes, the context that they're in changes, so it is still a new harmony, but you're not actually changing position. So the next part of the line is actually the same exact finger pattern as the first part, only it's up a whole step. So you're going to now be on G sharp. So same notes, just up 2 frets. So now the very last part of the line is actually, I find it to be the trickiest because, again, it doesn't fall into the fingers quite as nicely, but it's what it is, so here you have it. So you're going to have G sharp, B, F natural, G sharp, D sharp, sliding up to E and back, and then back down. So slowly. So very slowly, all together, kind of in free time, you have. That's your first pattern. Second, those both happen a number of times, and then this one happens more quickly. Those are all of the shapes. The chords underneath changing do the rest of the work. So let's check that out first at 70% speed with the backing track. Okay, so once you're comfortable at 70% speed, work your way up very slowly to 80% speed, and I'll see you there. Okay, once you got 80%, very slowly, very incrementally, work your way to 90% speed, and then we'll check it out together with the backing track. Thank you for checking out Tunes with me. I recommend now, for your writing assignment, that you go ahead and find some arpeggios that fit nicely under your fingers, that you have fun playing, that you like the sound of, and then experiment around with having chords move under them while the arpeggio stays the same. So if you're not big into music theory and you're like, how would I even go about doing that? Maybe the easiest way I can describe it is this. You can figure out the notes that you're playing, hopefully. Then try to find a harmony that shares as many notes in common with them as possible. So let's take, for example, C major. You have the notes C, E, and G. Now, if you were to just either add a third above G or a third below C, you would have two of the same three notes in common. Or if you were thinking about seventh chords or upper extensions, you might share even more notes in common. So suffice it to say, find chords that have notes in common, find an arpeggio that outlines those notes, and then see what happens if you play different chords under the same sweet-picked arpeggio. Have fun with it, and I'll see you in the next lesson.